Okay, first of all, I have to tell you, this is indeed an honor. I'm sure a lot of you are been to this campus a few more times than I have, but I mean, what an amazing, amazing campus. Almost 400 years. The institution of higher learning, the #1 in the United States. I mean, you got people like Bill Gates, you got former President Barack Obama, the First Lady, some guy named Zuckerberg, I guess he's gonna make an appearance. And the one thing I know that they all have in common is what the theme of this conference is, which is success, the only choice. But I do have one question. With all the people I met at this school, and believe me, we've met a lot of people, does anybody know where any building is on campus? Or was I the only one getting lost? Now, Dolly, first of all, everybody give a big hand for Dolly. And Xenio, who's not only the president of an amazing organization, but also has become my mom's best friend. So her and her group did an amazing job. We had a fantastic tour of the campus. We learned all the ins and outs of Harvard yesterday. And we even learned some things. We got to rub the foot for those guys and girls who have rubbed the boot. It's that little thing that you get to do. We got pictures. So this was like a total tourist trip. We had a great time. And I want to thank you guys both very much for doing this. You guys have done an amazing job and continued success. One of my friends who actually is a noteworthy Harvard grad, he told me, he said, I didn't get every job because I went to Harvard, but I did get the first one. So, and what that, and he may speak next year, so I'm not going to tell you who it is. But what that tells me is it's not what you know, and it's not even always who you know, but it's what other people think you know. So even if you didn't go to Harvard, you can still understand what some of the Harvard people understand because other people feel like you're a part of it. And I just, put a little thing in text and told people I was at Harvard, and they're like, my God, that's amazing. I didn't know you're that intelligent. So, hopefully I can dispel that. Well, I have to say, first of all, what a diverse group of people. This is great. We have past leaders, we have current leaders, and the best news is we have future leaders. So if you're one of those three, fantastic. If you're not any of those three, and you want to be one of those three, then hopefully between myself and all the other speakers, we're going to give you some good knowledge. And the idea is that, now there's even a term called wantrepreneurs. How many know that word's in the dictionary now? It's actually called wantrepreneurs. You can look it up. So the past was historical. The present is pretty vibrant, but the future is going to be absolutely brilliant. And you guys got a lot of work to do. And we've made your job really hard, not because we're so amazing, but because we made a lot of mistakes and you got a lot of work to do to fix them. So I would say you're ready to get started. You have a great groundwork. You have some amazing people in finance, some amazing people that have traveled around the world, and some amazing stories you're going to hear. The real question that I have for all of you is, how are you going to behave? Because to me, that is the most important thing, is how are you going to take that next step? But more importantly, who are you that's taking that next step? And what I want to hear is that you guys are going to do it with humility, integrity, and passion, through what I call HIP. And that's why I want to talk to you guys and spend a little time today. So the first thing about humility is, I would say, it's the confidence to say no. What does that mean? So we all have some higher power that we know that somehow guides us and guides the universe and gives us an opportunity to do certain things. But one of the biggest gifts we have is to be able to say no. And what does that mean? There's things that we're not capable of doing. And because we're not capable of doing certain things, it gives us a chance to do the things that we are capable of doing. How many people raise your hand, that have offered you a once-in-a-lifetime deal? Raise your hand if you've ever heard this. Anybody that's had a once-in-a-lifetime deal? Okay, so I've calculated the amount of once-in-a-lifetime deals I've got times what I think is the average life expectancy now in 2017. So I'm going to live to be about 743 years old. So I'll be around for an awful long time if all those deals come through. But what I look at is not so much how many deals you get, but really, the real question is did I earn it? Did I earn the money? Did I earn the power? And did I earn the fame? There's a lot of people out there that are offering us all kinds of opportunities. And you guys are in an environment where everything is out there for you. So the real question is what did you do to get there? There's people out there that want to help you, and you want to help yourself, but you have to look at the character of the people, of how they're approaching it. And when I say, did you earn it, I have an expression called, I invest, you invest. How many people have a friend or somebody call them and say, hey, can you introduce me to so-and-so? I want to help with something. Can you introduce me to so-and-so? How many people have had that happen? So the first thing people want to do is you want to help that person. But really what you need to find out is, why do they want you to help them? And what I call I invest, you invest is when somebody says, can I introduce them to somebody? I want to know what you want to know about them. Why do you want to meet them? What is your purpose? What is your goal? Why? Because my humility tells me I may know this person, but what I really know is who that person is. And it's not what they do, it's who they are. And the reason why that's so important, because that's your character. That's what's inside you. And that's how you protect yourself. And the most important thing of being humble is that by being able to achieve these things, you get to decide the people you're going to work with. There's a lot of people that are going to offer us certain things, but isn't it more fun to get it from somebody you care about, you love, you respect? And I have to tell you, I'm very fortunate and blessed to have some of the business partners that I've had. And some of the members of our organization, Sean, who you heard earlier, you're going to hear a few more. But it wasn't always that way. And what I learned was you have to have integrity. And what's integrity? The discipline to know why to say no. Because nowadays, with social media, anybody can watch anyone at any time do anything. And that's from the government to somebody that lives next door. And why is that important to know? Because you're a reflection of everything that people are seeing. And they're gonna make the statement. So for you to have the integrity, the world really is watching. People are watching us. We want to be role models. We want to be the people that are making statements that are positive. We want to be the people that are making a difference in the world, but we want to do it in a certain way. And we want to make sure that we can surround ourselves by people that care about us, that love us, that respect us. So I did something with one of the people one time. I did a seminar about how to choose your partner. So everybody close their eyes. So here's the thing. If you have a business partner, you don't have a business partner, here's the drill. You're gonna reach down, grab their hand, hold it tight, and the whole world is watching this experience. Your goal is you have to raise their hand high so the whole world knows that you're successful and they're successful, and everybody knows you're tied together. If you flinch or you're uncomfortable for even a minute, that's the wrong partner. It's told you everything you need to know about, thank you. It's told you everything you need to know about the person, and it's telling about who you are, because now everybody's going to associate it with you. So now, here's the next question about integrity. I know I use them. Trust me, it gets better. So really is, what is it that you stand for and why? So when we were kids, I mean, the first thing you do is, you shake hands, you embrace, and you meet somebody. But kids are all about emotion and feeling. So when they shake their hand and they get a weird feeling, they tell everybody, I don't like this person. This person's icky. That's not working for me. Then we get older and we have more pressure on us. We have more deals that we can do. We have more opportunities. And so we shake hands with a lot of the same people. But now we rationalize why we're doing this. Because as an adult, we look at maybe we have to compromise. Maybe we can't make that right decision. Well, it doesn't have to be true. And what you really need to know is this is telling you, you're not only shaking hands with one person, you're shaking hands with their grandparents, their parents, all their friends, everybody that they're associated with. And they're doing the same thing with you. So this is a reflection on you and who you are. So who you are is what's going to tell people much more than what you do. And how many people have worked in the restaurant industry? So what's your name? Naz. What do you do at the end of every month? What do you do at the end of every month in a restaurant? And take inventory, right? So you take inventory of the food and you take inventory of the liquor. So we take inventory of the quantity of things. How many people think about taking what's called a people inventory? So every 30 days at the end of the month, you evaluate who the people are in your life. You give yourself a chance to look at who you brought in and who's drawn energy from you. How many people believe that energy is very important to success? And how many people believe that the people that you meet feel your energy? So how important is it that your energy reflects the authenticity of who you are, so somebody knows right away that's what that person stands for? Well, we've talked about the fact that you have a chance to be humble, have integrity, but now let's talk about what drives you. So you need a role model. You need somebody that's overcome amazing odds, overcome many adversities, and really created a landmark experience for him and what he's done in the future. I cheat. How many recognize that guy? Okay, so it's easy to play with the home team. So the ability to not let yourself say no. So Tom Brady, he got drafted in the 6th round. He was the 199th player picked. This was, I mean, nobody thought this guy was going to amount to anything. And not only has he won 4 Super Bowls, he's been the most valuable player in every Super Bowl. I knew you were going to, I was waiting for Ron to correct me, which I'm not even going to say, because now my next question is do you know what team, because he's beaten every team, do you know what team he hasn't beaten? His own, because he hasn't played for anybody else. So, but the more important thing is how many read the book Simon Sinek, Starting with Why? Okay, I recommend it highly. So he says there are leaders and people that lead. One of the things you need to do to lead is to have a mantra. My mantra is I want to be able to go anywhere in the world, and I want people to say, can you? And I want to be able to say yes. So that's a way for me to be able to have the passion to know that I can control the people I meet and what I can do for them. So I want to go back a few steps. And now I want to talk about when you were kids and knowing what your dreams are. Because when dreams become real, there are no limitations. Everybody out there has a chance to be successful, but the question is what's inside you to make you the success that you are. So what I want to see is humility. I invest, you invest. Integrity. Take an inventory. Every 30 days, look at the people in your life. And passion. Have a mantra. So now there's only one thing left to do. Let's live happily ever after. 2 questions I have for you. What opportunity has challenged your integrity? And what did you do? And what do you need to live happily ever after? And if you can answer those 2 questions, success will be your only choice. Thank you.